What is a story?
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
What is a story?
Among the rolling hills of northern Tennessee, you'll find Jonesborough, population 5,951, and home to the National Storytelling Festival. It's a place where every year people come from far and wide to spin their yarns, to tell tall tales, and to experience a storytelling tradition unlike any other. Welcome to the place where stories live.
I'm Thuras, reporting for Atlas Obscura, and this is Small Town.
I'm Jimmy Neagle Smith, and 50 years ago I founded the National Storytelling Festival. I lived here all my life, and 50 years ago it was a dying town. And so that was one of the motivations that caused me to think, well, what can we do to enliven Jonesborough? And then along came the idea of the Storytelling Festival.
And so in 1973, they started the first Storytelling Festival in Jonesborough. Maybe they had 60 people at that festival. Well, they thought, let's do it again next year. My first year was the 9th festival, and there were almost 2,000 people here.
Since I got here, I've been kind of thinking about the story I'm going to tell. And I've also been thinking about where I come from, which is upper Midwest, very Scandinavian. We're not much storytellers up there because everyone's emotional range is kind of, it's real, you know, things are either not too bad or not too good, and that encompasses all. But what do I need to do? You know, thinking about telling my own story, what do I need to do to prepare? How do I get over like a little bit of stage fright, a little bit of feeling, you know, like this is a whole new world?
Well, that's one of the hard parts about doing this, because I'm a real introvert, and so if you put me on the stage, I'm totally fine because the stage is a safe place. You know, you're in control of your own space. Nobody can get you there.
Okay, question again, please. I am Carol Moore, and I'm a professional storyteller. I'm a public speaking coach.
I feel seen. There's nowhere to hide.
I became a storyteller by mistake. A friend of mine found out about a competition, The Moth. It was in DC, and she was really nervous to go. And I said, well, I'll support you. Do you want me to kind of go with you? Would that make you feel better? And she said, yeah, I'd appreciate that. I performed, I won, and then I just started performing ever since then. That was about 3 years ago.
They also taught me how to defend myself. They taught me a punch and a mantra, and they went together. Leave me alone. Imagine an auditorium of little children, like an army of little kids, like, leave me alone.
I have to tell some stories while I'm here. Yeah. And you're here to help me tell it. Okay, good. Because I'm feeling surprisingly nervous about this.
Nerves keep you humble.
Okay.
So that's good.
Okay.
That means you respect what you're doing. The great part is nobody knows the story.
Yeah.
So if it does not go the way that you plan, like you said, what if I get up there and bomb? You're the only person who's gonna really know that content-wise.
Okay. All
So
right.
you gotta sell it. Just commit.
Commit.
Comedy is one of those things that is universal, just like laughter, just like music. I think the importance of comedy and storytelling is a way to connect and hold your audience. Everybody likes to laugh. If somebody doesn't like to laugh, they should seek help.
This is not going to end well at all for me.
Most people really enjoy laughter, not only how it feels, but its ease of connection with you.
Thank you.
My name is Linda Poland, actually Linda Poland, because I married my third cousin, but that's another story. Jonesborough is known as one of the most haunted towns in the United States. Back in the 60s, they used to have ghost hunters that went to a lot of places, and a lot of them came here to Jonesborough. It's just about every brick and alleyway in Jonesborough has a story to it. There was an 1873 cholera epidemic that nearly took Jonesborough out. People were dying so fast that they were being buried into trench graves.
Okay.
And a lot of people say at certain times, it's almost like a mist rises up. No one has found the trench grave altogether.
Oh, you don't know where it is?
Because they don't want to disturb the other graves.
Somewhere in this cemetery,
Right.
there are these unaccounted for
but a
spirits.
mist comes up heavy.
Okay, what makes for a great ghost story?
There's so many things that are universal in a ghost story. The beating heart, the heavy breathing.
The sounds that you can't
sounds,
see,
right.
something from the other room.
And then, of course, there's the jump tail. And the jump tail is one of my favorites.
I'm John McCutcheon, and I am a folk singer, storyteller, singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, author, father, grandfather, husband, citizen, all those things, like most people, all rolled into one. I think I became a storyteller the first time my mom caught me doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, and I discovered I was actually pretty good at it. Whether it's a song or a story, ideally you want the listener to surrender themselves to that moment. So I would create these songs that told these stories that maybe would get lost in the news. Part of the 24-hour news cycle, the 15-minute news cycle, but with a song, you know, you could sing, Allensburg, Washington, the sun shone so bright, beautiful day for a game. When Sarah Tukolsky stepped up to the plate, she knew she would never be the same. It was senior day, and in all her 4 seasons, she had no worse year than this one. Batting under 100, she knew at month's end that her softball career would be done. And it's the story I saw on SportsCenter. And I was watching SportsCenter because I'm a guy, you know? So I have some instruments here that I think...
some simple, these are, okay, some starter instruments.
These are like one of the oldest instruments in the world. This is what it sounds like. All right, Dylan, what do you got for me?
Here we go. This is the best I got.
Hold on, let me get settled.
I was a man and I had a boy and I put him to bed and I sang him this song. This is the part I really wanted to do. And now he is 7 and we play a lot. And we have a fight with a laser gun. And it sounds like this. And he wins. There we go. That's the best I could do.
Unbelievable.
Thank you.
My name is Carolina Quiroga, and I am a bilingual storyteller performer. These are my puppets, my props. This is a story from Argentina. So they are looking more like the Mapuche people, indigenous people in Argentina. This is the wise tree, the fish.
I like the wise tree.
I know, and he has the most lines.
Oh, good.
Yes, yes. So we have this one.
Thank you.
Her name is Goss. You're playing a very naughty whale. She also has a huge appetite, and she's very sassy. Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm a sassy, hungry lady whale.
So the way she talks is like, "Hey guys, my name is Goss."
She's a valley girl.
But she's also, yeah, like that.
No.
Yeah, she has an attitude. Only towards the end. Yes.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, it's Dylan! Are you ready, Dylan?
Yes.
Oh, that was Goss already. He's getting in character. I love that. Oh no! Dos, tres, oh yes! And when the people were tickling and tickling, the whale began to giggle. And then soon she was laughing like a crazy mad whale. Yes, and when she was laughing like that, all the things that she had gobbled down a while back were shoot out like a door. Good job, guys. Give yourselves a good round of applause. Yeah.
I'm shocked by how nervous I am in a way. Like, I don't know what I expected, but I think for me, like, I want to perform well.
Don't be what you think you should be. Be who you are and make it count, and it'll be great.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited.
Our first teller is John Thuras.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Hello.
What is a story?
A story is what happens when I have a picture in my head that I want you to see, and everything about me that I use to move that picture from my head to your head is telling the story.
I'm here to tell you a story, and I'm here to tell you a story about coming here to learn how to tell you this story. And the problem with coming to Jonesborough, Tennessee, you are talking to some of the best storytellers in the world, which is inspiring, but also intimidating. I am at a distinct disadvantage when it comes to telling stories because I'm from Minnesota. I come from a Scandinavian background. And the thing about Scandinavians is we have a limited emotional range. It starts at, oh, pretty good, and goes to not too bad. The thing that I learned from the time with Donald and Linda is that what makes them all great storytellers, it's not that they have been gifted with some special ability. All it takes to be a great storyteller, I think, is to be as you as possible. So when I go home and my grandma asks me how it went, I will say, well, Grandma, yeah, could have gone worse. And that will be my story. Thank you very much.
One of the best ways for us to connect as humans and see beyond is a story.
Story is the connective tissue of humanity. It's how we learn about one another, how we talk about ourselves, and how we learn to listen.
Lots of times people will say, I don't have a story to tell. I don't know how you would get on a stage. I don't know how or what I would say. And I would say, well, are you paying attention? What'd you do this morning?
So I've spent the last 3 days or so in Jonesborough, and I've gotten to see what a storytelling festival can be in every possible way. And the thing that is incredible about Jonesborough is it's a place where anyone can come, embody themselves fully, and celebrate the joy of human beings and the stories we tell about ourselves and each other. Jonesborough is a place that makes everyone want to tell their story.